Hi, this is Trisha from Tribe to Village. This is our tribe, our village, our family. Thank you for joining me. And today we're going to talk about what I learned from Jeannie Mai's traumatic experience. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jeannie was trending recently because she shared that at 42, she's expecting her first child with her husband, Jeezy. And, she was brave enough to share that that's a big deal for her because all of her life, she never wanted children. She didn't want any parts of being a mother. And that was because of what happened to her as a child. As a child, she experienced a traumatic series of events where she was sexually abused by a family member, and that trauma manifested into fear of being feeling unfitting to be able to protect her own child from harm. And so that taught me so much. And then she went to therapy, and she's still in therapy. And it was through therapy that she was able to get to a safe space to even entertain the idea of having a child. And now she's not only expecting her first child, but she's excited about it. Now, what did I learn about that from that? I learned that it's so important to address your trauma. Like, how many of us have had a traumatic experience, and then we try to bury it? You move on with life, things are going on, and you just bury it in your back pocket, and you feel like it's over and done with. You feel like it's a door that you closed, when really that door is open, and all of that is just seeping into you still. And it's so important to get to the root of what happened to you, because your trauma impacts who you are today. I actually read a book called What Happened to You? Conversations on Trauma, Resilience, and Healing by Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And this book has so many gems, and it just, it confirms that what happened to you, the trauma that happened to you in the past, it impacts the person that you are today. Why you do what you do, why you say what you say, why you think what you think, it's all related. So if we don't address that traumatic experience, we could be out here acting a fool, or just letting it hold us back. And that's the thing about trauma. Trauma is like a handcuff, right? And the more that you try to ignore it, the more you try to bury it, it's the tighter those handcuffs get. And then it's like you're trying to move forward, you're trying to do things, but you can't because the cuffs are so tight and you haven't even dealt with it. And the key to loosening those cuffs, loosening those shackles, is to deal with the trauma. And that's the only way you will be able to really move forward. And it is through her therapy, she steers through her therapy, that she was able to get tools and coping skills to deal with her fears that were associated with the trauma, and to really just move forward with life. And I also learned that healing is not necessarily an overnight thing. It's not like you wake up one morning, you're like, today is a good day to be healed, and then just like that, everything goes away. No, healing is a process. And in Jeannie's case, it took 42 years and counting. And so for you, it might take a couple of days, couple of months, couple of years, a couple of decades. It doesn't matter. Don't get fixated on the time frame, but rather celebrate the fact that you started the healing process. Every day that you make an intentional choice to do something towards healing deserves to be celebrated, because it's not easy. Putting in the work to heal is not easy, but you are worth it. You are worthy of healing. And there's so much beauty. Her story, her experience also taught me that there's so much beauty on the other side of trauma, because she was able to deal, or she's in the process of unpacking what happened to her. Now she's able to have her first child and be in a happy place about it, right? And that's a beautiful thing. And I think about my own trauma, my own childhood trauma, and how that manifested into preventing me from forming relationships with people, or trusting others, or being open. And it wasn't until I decided to unpack it little by little, and it was painful. Oh, it was painful. But I decided to deal with it and to really address it. And now I'm able to do things that I would have never thought I would do in the past. Like things like have this YouTube channel where, I'm opening to others and connecting with others and just building a community. And none of that would have happened unless I, addressed my trauma that was closing me off to the world. So I say this, to share, remind you and myself that there's hope after trauma. There's hope for a better future, and that you are worthy and capable of healing. And we don't have to. Our trauma is not a death sentence. It's not. It's an experience that we can unpack, that we could process and heal from and move forward despite what happened to us. We are not defined by it. It's something that happened to us, and it's something that we can heal from. So let's continue to elevate and grow with all our traumas and all. Let's continue to elevate and grow together. Please like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification button if you haven't, so you never miss another video from Try to Village. Until next time, bye.